Phoenix Wright does a great job of heaping, just heaping crap situations on you out of nowhere. Yeah, he's been saying a lot of things that I never really intended to say. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah, one way or another, this case gets decided today. Phoenix, look. Prosecutor Edgeworth received a call from the chief prosecutor's office yesterday. Was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What does Mr. White, or what does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story. I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent. How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix. Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait. Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. This is one of those risky moves where, like, if you defend yourself, there can be no option for a mistrial. I think I learned that in Suits as well. Okay, let's do this. I basically know all of my lawyer knowledge from Suits, a TV show that probably exaggerates a lot of lawyer knowledge. Therefore, it is not actually lawyer knowledge. Pretty sure there's no mistrials in this universe anyway? Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off, and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Alright, how am I going to win a trial I can't win? Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name. Yes, that's what I said. Oh dear. Do my locutions confuse? Locution. Name. These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I'm the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder? Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there. Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony. I can't rip this guy's testimony apart. I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Just pull a gun and shoot Red? You'll count it as a win? I'll count it as a win, too. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. What are you doing? You're supposed to be in the audience. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. I was quietly perusifying, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Oh, this is where the floor plan comes in. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. I mean, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Alrighty. Let's just press everything. How do you know what time it was? Because I'm always positively perfect, you know? No. You're not getting away with that. You are so mistrusting, Mr. Lawyer. So what was the proper term for secretary again? Anyway, Miss May ordered room service for 9 o'clock. It happened soon after the room service arrived. That's what Miss May said, too. True, the bellboy who brought the coffee saw Miss May. But he testified that he did not see you at the time. This is your concern? Silly lawyer. Miss May received the iced coffee outside the room. Of course he could not see me. He would need X-ray vision to pull off something like that. Tell us, what were you doing at that time? Was quietly perusifying, reading, okay. By the window, you mean the one directly across from Fay & Co.'s law offices? Correct. That is the only window you see. And there you were reading papers? Correct. The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I am a busy man who had business to do. And I heard bedlam from outside, blah blah. A bedlam? Must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned and looked at the building across the way. So you were reading your papers until you heard that sound. But of course, I am no snoop peeping out of windows at night. No snoop, yeah, right. Made a career out of snooping. Then I saw him, a spiker-head man attacking a woman with long hair. Spiky-haired? Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes, 40. 40? Don't add them together. I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is the judge on, anyway? And what did you do then? Called Miss May over at once. She, too, was surprised, of course. What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV. And was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Fay office phone? Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Fay woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. I know. After all, I am El Presidente. Please continue. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. There it is. The left. It was the right. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? Got 40 vision. As you know, I'm always abso-positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. The victim ran to the left and you gave chase. Are you sure about that? How many times must I say it? Alright. How many times must I hear that? Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as a little odd? Yes, I know. Only there was a terrible impaction, and it was all over. I think I'm gonna, like, I know I can present the floor plan right now, but I kind of want to press further through the rest of his testimony and see if I can do anything with it, but I guess I'll present the floor plan right now. So, said we ran to the left, Miss May's left, which would be into all those plants and whatnot. Alright, so. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in your statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Wait, they're not? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. I think that one didn't mean any points with the judge. Wait, what? Oh, did I... Maybe I missed my chance or something? Impaction? Don't you mean just impact? Ridiculosity. I think you need to brush up on your language skills. Second thought, perhaps I'd better leave the whole language thing alone. Did Edward prep this guy? Too, I wonder. Anyway, I'd better find a weakness in there. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. Finally crucifying reading. Heard the bedlam coming up from outside. Surprised I turned to look at the building. Spike-eyed man on here, and he's saying that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. Was May over once. She too was surprised, of course. The victim ran to the left. Alright, let's try this again. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations. What? I guess the floor plan is not the right one, but I guess we'll go with this testimony instead. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left. That directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. It is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Wow, he's running down. Now the evidence has to directly contradict the testimony, overthinking it by using the floor plan. Yeah, I guess I was, jumping too many steps far ahead. Very strange. I did see her run to the left, I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both are right. If May is looking on the outside, to her right is towards the door, but if he's on the inside, his left is to the door. That doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna go with the both are right, though. Because I think I'm on the right track with that. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? He was not in the hotel. Where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. Wright was standing. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point to him, it would appear that she ran to the left. Oh, I had my whatchamacallits mixed up. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion. I didn't say anything. What are you objecting to? The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. They are kind of far-fetched. I mean, we have no evidence of this. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck, you can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. These guys get to fix their testimony too much. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, you ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. See? You hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? It does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Alright. So, this one should be pretty simple here. The autopsy report. Thought that would have been it. I don't know what this is all about. Okay. Assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. What do you mean first? First, that is what comes before what happens next. Do you speak English, right? Please, sit back, relax. I will try to use simple words for your benefit. First she ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. Chased her and delivered the final blow. Stop saying it was me. But it was you. Mr. Wright, if you claim that it was not you, then show us proof. Can I do nothing, right? Nothing? May I continue? That is what Miss May saw. See? You hit her twice. Alright, we'll try the autopsy report. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were absolutely perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. What? Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah! Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony. Crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White. Mr. White? Okay. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the moment... What thing fall? Then, the next moment I saw Miss Mia run to the left. Killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then, she turned and ran for the door. And you did her in with a single blow, thwap. Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. We're almost there. Looked out the other window and heard that thing fall. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Oh, that? The glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix, isn't something about that strike you was odd? Yeah, very odd. Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White. Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. Witness will revise his testimony. Love how much effort they put into the art to depict these guys slowly going to pieces. I like that too. It's pretty nice. Okay, of course. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. The glass stand was lying on the floor? That's the first I've heard of this. Why didn't you tell us about the stand before? Why? Me? Well, I was instructed not to. Wait. One moment. Give me a minute to gather my thoughts. I am so confused. Might's falling apart. Your Honor, please, I ask that you do not allow the witness to be badgered any further. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Edgeworth is on the ropes. Very well, the witness may continue his account. In the next moment I saw Mia run to the left. Killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. Now, before you said that she was hit before she ran. Yes, I must have been confused. Don't worry. We all know what happened now. Turned and ran for the door. And he did her in with a single blow. Thwap. Getting a lot less talkative. He's probably afraid I'll catch him onto something. It won't be easy. I want to present this, but I feel like I'm going to get in trouble, but if that's like a health meter up there, I've only lost 2 points, I think, per health meter thing, so maybe I can get some points with this. Mr. White, it was impossible for you to have seen the light stand. What? The stand broke into pieces when it fell. Just by seeing the broken pieces, you would have no idea it was a light stand. So tell me, exactly when was it you saw the stand? Answer the question. Isn't it obvious? I saw the stand before it fell over. So you saw the stand before the victim was attacked then? Correct. That would be no problemo, right? Big problemo. There's a big problemo, or I mean problem here. The problem is this. Mr. White, let me make sure I have this straight. You saw the glass light stand through the window from the hotel before the incident occurred. Correct. That is so. It's conclusive, definitive, undeniable, unimpeachable. No, it's impossible. You couldn't have seen the stand. What? Why couldn't he? You have proof? Sure do, Your Honor. A person in the hotel could not have seen the stand before it fell over, because we have the floor plan. And as you can see, the light stand is all the way in the corner. Yeah! Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White? What do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity. Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel, as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell, and the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fay Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Mr. White? I don't think it's over yet. Mr. White, you did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor, I, Miss Mia. Like we're about to get our verdict. Objection! That's far enough, Phoenix, right? What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Didn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Oh, man. Order, order. Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court. Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Court. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do, Your Honor? The question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Isn't this leading the witness? I mean, I know that, this trial's a little corrupt right now, but, this is ridiculous. Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices. That is when I saw the accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, It is a fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place. When he went to place the wiretap, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Leave it to me. I feel faint. Freaking Edgeworth. I know, man. Like, first this was a murder trial, now it's a wiretap trial, and first they threw out the wiretap because it was irrelevant, and now they're making it relevant. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident. And this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over by the sound. Correct. That is right. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. Dang it, man. This guy's getting me. Beginning of September, the week before the murder. You have proof. Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fay's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Right. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Was it really you that went into the office? Or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Fay & Co. law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. If I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. Why did you tap Mia's phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. What? What? Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. This is a murder trial! Edgeworth not even letting White answer questions? I know! That was when I saw this glass light stand. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Darn it, there's nothing there for me to press him on. Oh well, maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. Let's see. Nothing there. Fingerprints. 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 Enter the law offices. And so to place the wiretap. Alright, I want to press this one more time, just to make sure. I've run out of ammo. Afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. Time for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. Oh, I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright, are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. What? No, I'm not giving up. Phoenix. Phoenix, over here. I know that voice. Mia. Never give up, Phoenix. Mia? Oh, the spirit medium powers. Where am I? Waiting lobby. What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Finally awake. Hey, Phoenix. No way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. The heck? You're Maya? Didn't you know the Fey women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers. So, Maya is channeling you, Mia. That's right. I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's what I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. You have that receipt in the court record, right? I was going to bring that up, but like you didn't let me. Oh yeah, the one you wrote Maya on. Phoenix, Wright wrote that, not me. I already figured that out. I'm smart enough for this game. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? The regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item, glass light stand. Date of purchase, September 4. Yeah, if you presented that before this cutscene, the game wouldn't take it. Oh, that's kind of lame. September 4. That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa. Now, what did Mr. Wright say in his testimony? It's the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Right. That's kind of lame. Like, I was already on that track, and, you know, the game kind of has to, you know, do baby steps to put me in there, but I had it. I really did. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant, rather, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. Let's start where we left off. Your Honor, there is nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. Wright is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. But as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. The early cases are very much all baby steps. The later ones are definitely less hand-holding and much easier to lose. Ooh, okay. All right. Kaplow! Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honor? Would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, glass light stand. The date of purchase. Why, that's the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered the Fay & Co. law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Well, Mr. White? Can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you, but I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. I mean, not yet, but I mean, like, if Phoenix is the killer, like, this just exonerates Mr. White. I mean, he's got other charges against him, but, like, Phoenix is still a suspect. Very well. And that is all for the trial of... Objection! You can't object like that, dog. Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. Eh? What? No way can he worm his way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. See? There we go. Edgeworth knows what he's doing. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. Let's object. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? If anyone was going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis on factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial of Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. No telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with or just make up something. And after Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course, thank you for your time. The witness will stay. Yeah? Phoenix. Read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? A list of people's names in Mia's handwriting. Your Honor, if I may. You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is writing on this one. I have something I would like to read out to the court. Take that! Memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop. Desist. Halt. Please, stop. Make him stop. How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now, or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Alright, look, second chair cannot be interrupting the trial like this. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. I don't feel like I earned this trial, though. You know, like... They kind of just, you know, took the wind out of my sails, to use an expression there. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. Only you knew how spirited it was. Well, this court finds the defense, rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. To be fair, it was much more Mia's case than it was ever Phoenix's. That's a good point, actually. You know, props to that. I see you, Heels. That is all. This court is adjourned. September 9, 2024. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again. But congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live? My time here is running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No, there's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief. I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix? Can you come to the office tonight? Say 9. The office? I'll see you later. Chief, Mia. Oh boy. 9:02. Look at that, man. Why has Phoenix got to be 2 minutes late? My dog, come on. Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came. Mia. I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then. Pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? You should see your face. Mia. What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? What? Did I look like my sister? Look like? You were her. Might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix. Go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this. See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of? Huh? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright & Co. law offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick! Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? Why do people call him Nick? I'll see you again whenever the plot demands it. Good point there. It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick. You know what this means? We're partners. You know, when I think about it, this is Maya's fault. I'm here now. Or it is Maya's fault. I am here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Co. law offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Be Nick's, right? Oh. Blah. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here watching. Just call him Nix, you know? Oh, well, okay. Never mind. You know, you just gotta say it out loud a little bit more. Right, okay. Nick, let's do this. Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a-wasting. Okay, wait up. Alright, alright. Alright, episode 3. Oh, I did not want to select it or anything like that, but you know. Okay, well, that's gonna wrap it up here for today. Managed to clear that case all nice and good. Nice, Lauren. Thank you very much. I kind of wish I got to bring up the Maya note. You know, use the fingerprint kind of thing. I feel like that would have been really, really good. Although, actually, the fingerprint thing wouldn't have worked. I had the right idea, but the wrong usage of the evidence because he used her finger to write the note, and I remember that because they said that a little bit earlier. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific, to start episode 3, Turnabout Samurai. I imagine this one's going to be I'm guessing the cases are going to get kind of like longer and longer, multi-day kind of situations going, so it's going to be kind of crazy. So yeah, thanks for watching, appreciate it. See you tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Peace.